It's summer, summer, summertime, which means that Coffee with Yvonne is on summer hiatus. But don't worry, I pulled some Coffee with Yvonne episodes from our archive. We have an archive, y'all, to keep you entertained all summer long. That means interviews from creatives and entrepreneurs who are changing the game in their industry, or marketing magic episodes you may have missed. But don't worry, I put them back up on your timeline so you can stay up to date on all the things happening in the marketing and creative space. Coffee with Yvonne will return this fall after I finish being outside. After I finish being outside. I cannot wait to chat with you soon for the new season of Coffee with Yvonne. Okay, bye.
Welcome to the club, friends. Welcome to the club, friends.
Mom.
Thank you.
We're pet parents, okay? We out here.
Pet parents, black pet
And
parents.
I love the fact that my dog gets to snore and deep sigh in my living room because he knows all the bills are paid.
Okay.
He knows all the bills are paid. He knows he has backup toys in his little drawer. I got him a little plastic, bin drawer.
Yeah.
He has clothes. My mother has bought him clothes. He loves his sweat.
I just got Onyx another set of his Christmas pajamas because we're taking our family photos as a party of 3 this year. We love that.
Hold on. We just kill me.
All that to say, I got his outfit. We all got things and
Not
Christmas
a party
toys.
of 3 this
So
year.
Anywho,
Okay.
Let's go ahead.
Okay, we won't dive too much into your business, darling, but we love a party of 3 pajama sets. So, anyway, you guys, welcome back to Coffee with Yvonne, a show for creatives and entrepreneurs. I'm Yvonne Pearson, your host, and darling, the founder of Pink Dollhouse Marketing. I own it. You can check the receipts. I pay my taxes. This week on the Courtney, I don't play.
Come on.
I'm legal, and which is why I do legal business. This week on the podcast, before I go into my winter hiatus, we're going to do that group chat 2025 wrap up. And in order to do it properly, y'all, I had to bring back my favorite marketing girls because per clockets, if we're going to talk about marketing and the things I want to talk about, we're going to do it from a cultural perspective, from the girlies who are in it day in and day out. I know y'all like them other podcasts that give a little cute perspective, but there's something about a Soul Glow shea butter, okay, bust down middle part energy about Black and people of color marketers that you can't get nowhere else, which is why my favorite girlies are here. I have my Puddin' Pop. You can't call her Puddin' Pop, by the way, audience. That's her nickname. You have my Puddin' Pop. I've known for, has it been 10 years, Jess?
Jesus. Almost 10. Almost 10. Almost 10. Yeah, that's actually crazy. Almost 10. Yeah.
And if you ever want the backstory about that, I will tell you another time. But just know, one margarita, you ain't still you ain't three margarita, hey! It's a little bit of the backstory in how Jazz and I met. And then I met through Jazz Miss Courtney Pope, the marketing extraordinaire herself, the girlie who be doing the things, the advocate in the community, the one who lets us know when your marketing campaign is a little effed up, guess who's going to come in and fix it? My girl, Courtney. She's going to bring that strategic planning that you are missing in your strategy. So in this week's Marketing Magic episode, we're not going to be shady as much. Okay. I like to say I've grown.
Okay, so Courtney has not, and that's okay. We stay true to ourselves.
Where I'm at.
And that's fine, because sometimes you don't gotta go. We can be wherever we are. And that's okay. Yeah.
Oh, Lord have mercy. So this week on the show, we're going to talk about, on our topics, do low followers equal high clout? The new era of social media. In real life, no FOMO, aka why authenticity and in-person engagement are having their moment. Keep, marry, or kill, social media edition. 2026 marketing predictions, and the first ever Coffee with Yvonne, and the award goes to Digital Platform of the Year. So grab your coffee, and let's be a little shady too, and let's chat.
I love this.
So, you guys, first and foremost, I truly do appreciate you both. There's no one I want to do a 2025 wrap up with without y'all, because, I mean, you've been here. You've been here since the beginning.
Yeah.
And you've seen the growth, and here we are.
And continue. Evolve and elevate. I love it.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you.
First up, let's talk about this new trend we're seeing with low followers equal high clout, the new era of social media. So, I like to pull my sources from real sources and not just...
Come on.
God's working on me. So I pulled this from the New Yorker, and also I saw this on social media under the Mercer Edition social media account. To pull an excerpt from the New Yorker, a huge audience today could mean little in terms of human enthusiasm. The majority of followers might be bots, hate follows, and dead profiles, as evidenced by low engagement on the user's actual posts. At the same time, users have been drawn to more individualized digital publishing, with platforms ranging from YouTube to Patreon, where small and devoted audiences can congregate around creators of their choosing. According to an analysis carried out for the Financial Times, the overall time spent on traditional social media peaked in 2022 and has declined ever since. So my question for the group chat is small the new flex? Courtney, I see you thinking. Go ahead, Court. Go ahead.
I don't necessarily, I wouldn't say new flex, but I think it's something that has been tried and true since the beginning. I think early on we saw a lot of people flooding, to the market with these large followings and immediately equating like follower count to conversion. And we've seen just throughout various campaigns, partnerships, collaborations, that count does not equal coin. We've also seen that for some reason, there are a particular sector of influencers that continue to show that count does not equal coin, and that the following might be counterfeit even, and yet and still they are afforded partnerships, collaborations, brand deals that are within storefronts that equate to less than a couple $1,000s. And they all seem to have something in common. So I think what we are now seeing is a swinging back of the pendulum to markets wanting to really invest in those hyper local voices that are really tapped in with their key markets, and who are those content creators who are not only leading as far as like trends per se, but also in just like who are in the forefront of the conversation, who the girlies are consistently looking towards and clicking and actually going to support with the links and everything like that, who have valid opinions about products, who have an authentic connection to the brand outside of, oh my God, I love this so much.
Oh my God, this is like the perfect concealer.
This is amazing. This is amazing. Everything can't be amazing.
It can't.
It's not.
It's not.
I don't think this is a new flex as much as I think we always see within culture, within marketing, the swinging of the pendulum from one end of the spectrum to the other. And I think now it's kind of regulating itself as coming back, because I think people are also being more choosy with their dollars. And after seeing the flop of larger creators and those investments not necessarily yielding any actual ROIs,
right,
you got to kind of switch up the strategy now.
Yeah.
So here's my question for Jazz, because aka Puddin' Pop, as a smaller creator who has taken the time to build her following brick by mother frickin' brick, and has done the work.
Thank you.
And has started doing
and it's a real nice house too.
Okay. Bigger brand collaborations. You have Paula's Choice that you've worked with. You've been recognized being an inclusive creator. What are your thoughts about this? Do you think this is a new trend? Or to Courtney's point, people are finally starting to recognize the pendulum swinging in an opposite direction, more where we were originally when social media started to become a thing? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is I think truthfully, if you wanted to jump into the content creator or the creator economy space, I think this would be the time to do it. A big part of, I think, what we're seeing is, one, let's just name it, social media has become exhausting. It has become highly polarizing and highly politicized. And so where what was a safe space is no longer safe. And so I think a lot of us are drawing back to in-person community and in-person events because it's safe. And I think it breeds to the point of being social is to build community. And I think at some point, a lot of us, a lot of creators lost the plot, and you lost in losing the plot, you lost the authenticity that people were looking for. You lost in a lot of ways, and I've heard it from people and I've seen it online where people feel like, oh, now you're not reachable, you seem untouchable. So there's this touchable, tangible thing that I think smaller creators naturally just have because they're not going viral. They aren't building overnight success, whereas some people who you like to follow have now become moved from relatability to aspirational. There are content creators and YouTubers and influencers who were like, oh, that's the homegirl. But now at some point in their growth, it's now become aspirational where I don't get to live in 2 different countries half the year. So as much as I like your content, I still want to see people who look and live like me. So then I'm going to smaller creators to get the community piece that I had with you, but I'm somehow losing with you. And so I think I do think a big part of it is swinging back to the pendulum of the original idea of social media, which was to be social, and it was to build community. It was to just share what you liked and enjoyed, and in sharing it, people were like, oh yeah, me too. And then questions would come and conversations were happening in the comments. And I think now brands are recognizing that you're losing dollars from these larger creators who have in some ways lost the plot. And now you got to, like to Courtney's point, you have to strategize and figure out, okay, well, maybe if you notice too, like more brands are doing intimate dinners. It might be like 20, 25 people. And it might you might get all the brand partnerships. You might get the gift bags and the swag bags, but the dinner itself was no more than 30 people. It was an opportunity to have conversations that you can't have online. It's opportunities to build and connect and grow. And I think as a creator, and as someone that has a house built, and as someone that is still building and adding on to it, I think I'm
okay, Noah. Sorry, I just had to
hello, build the ark. Build the ark. I do think it's something to be said where you almost have to, as a creator, you almost have to pull back and remember your why. Remember why you wanted to do this. Yes, we all want to make money, but if money is your goal, you're losing the entire point of being online and creating content from that perspective. So I think my thoughts are, as someone that has been in the game and continues to stay in the game and remain in the game, longevity is important when you do it strategically. And I think you have to understand your community and not just, like you said, oh, this concealer is amazing. Why is it amazing? Tell me 3 ways to use it. Show me how it helped you when you had a sleepless night because your baby was up all night as a new mom. Show me that the CoverGirl, blah, 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 or the blush just highlighted something that I've been breaking out with eczema, blah, blah, blah. Like, we got to move from, oh, it's amazing, shop here, to the why. And the why is where you build the community. And really think of like an online to offline pipeline. Like, yes, social media is great, but then move them to a Substack, move them to an email list. Even digitally, you can have community and that's private and protected and safe, like Patreon and the YouTube community and things like that. But if you don't fill in that gap, other creators can come in and be what you once were or be what that person needs.
I think that the part that you're hitting directly on that too is like, at the end of the day, your audience wants to know that in some part, like, you're still you. And I think sometimes when you were saying how there's like that, your original content into like aspirational and then that gap, I think what it's important for larger creators to remember is that if there's a specific type of content that your audience loved because they felt most connected to you, even as you grow, like, and you're pivoting your content strategy, like, don't lose that core piece that constantly makes your audience feel like in a way, like you're still that girl that I felt like was like my sister or whatever the case may be, that I could really connect to. And I think it kind of just goes from like one extreme to like 0 to 60, and then it gets like the middle part gets lost.
Yeah. And I also think too, looking at it from being in the background now, working on like on the corporate side of marketing, I think we've made content too corporate, to be honest with you. Once we started putting things like, oh, you know, they need to have this many followers to like engage with us. They need to have this, you know, metric. They need to have that metric. You started losing the plot very early because it became part of the vanity metrics. Then creators started focusing on, I need to have this number in order to get the brand deals. Then they got the brand deals. But while they were doing all that building, the part of community was kind of getting missed in the middle, because the hustle and bustle they had in the beginning to build their community, you saw less and less of that and more of that corporate focused messaging when they were engaging with their followers. I do think some creators do get it right. Like, I love Kev on Stage. Kev on Stage, I think he forgets how famous he is now. Yeah. Like, there are some moments I'm like, Kev, you famous now. Like, you not just black famous, you legit. But
I kind of like that about him, though.
And I love it too, and I want him to keep that. However, there are some creators that I have followed on social that I see it's being more, they're in the realm of celebrity instead of relatable every day. And I do think, to your point, Jazz, it's about building that community offline. Content creators have lived solely for the social media platforms, but have not really focused on maybe doing an in-person meet and greet, you know, doing some kind of, like you said, Jazz, doing some kind of like cool dinner, or like they could do like a pop-up barbecue or something that keeps them relatable to their audience. When it became more about the visibility instead of the community building, you start to see that gap widen more and more. And so I do think for creators going into the new wave that's happening, and also with AI becoming a platform that's going to shift what we look like in terms of what influencers are, since they're building AI influencers now, that's really going to change the plot too. So it's going to be more about that human connection and that authenticity that's still going to drive people's need to create with these creators in real life and offline.
Yeah, I was going to just quickly add too, like, I think that's why I think it's important, one, to have in person, but I also recognize that there are influencers that I love and watch where safety is an actual issue. Like, there are people on the internet and people in the world that are just becoming weird. And so there is a level of protection that
just becoming weird. They are weird.
No, they are weird. But to that point, like, they might not do a pop-up barbecue. But this is why, if you're going to go into the content creation space, I think you at least need to study the basics of marketing, because what I would recommend in that case is, one, if you amass a following overnight, you went from 0 to 100,000 followers in a week, then you have to figure out what to do with these people. Now, they come to you for some things, and then safety is an issue, privacy is obviously an issue. There are people who have these parasocial relationships that are not healthy, and so things get weird. So I do understand that. To the creators that come across this video, as much as we want to go viral and blow up, once you get to that peak where you are in a lot of ways celebrities, like I look at Monet McMichael, who has been at these award shows. Like, you were not at all. Like, you were a nurse. You studied to be a nurse, and then you're like took off in this amazing cadence. But now you're getting people stopping you on the street in Prague. So safety is a big concern. But I think if you were gonna navigate how you grow and evolve as a person and how you grow and evolve as a creator, then you got to figure out what to do with the people. And if you aren't at a place and space where you want to do, you know, for your top tier Patreon community, like a meet and greet, whatever, then where can you pull them? You have to think outside of just, well, meet me on my YouTube or meet me on my Instagram, or you got to pull people into an email list, pull people into a Substack, pull people into a Facebook group, and build there to fill in the gaps.
So I think that's going to naturally bring us into our next topic about in real life, no FOMO, and how authenticity and in-person engagement are having a moment. And for those who are unaware, I got this from Inspiro, which is an online platform. But to pull an excerpt from the source, in 2025, grabbing attention is not just the goal, it's the starting line. And real growth happens when brands build relationships with the consumers that feels personal. It's about shifting exposure to involvement from content that is scrolled past to experiences people want to talk about and share. So, building on what Jazz just mentioned, what makes in-person events or building these communities outside of social trendy again? Like, what are your thoughts? Courtney, let's go to you first.
I think it's a number of things that are contributing to this. I think the biggest thing being, like, one, people are more conscious with their coin right now with everything that's happening in the world. So they want to have a deeper connection with the brands that they are investing in. And I think brands are recognizing this and creating opportunities where they can actually, like, communicate and and bond with their audiences and things like that. You know, it's an opportunity not only for you to interact with the product, to reinforce like your brand pillars, but it's also an opportunity for people to like meet a lot of the people that are behind the scenes making this brand a thing, and you're actually putting like a person and a face to it, and you know that these are real people who care, if you will, about the product and the brand and your brand experience. I think the other thing too is definitely with the surges of AI. I think a lot of people are just wanting to get off the internet altogether and like touch grass, both literally and figuratively, because there's so much uh misinformation and questioning of, is this real, is this not real, like type of thing. So I think a lot of people are trying to disconnect in order to just actually be able to reach out and physically touch something and know for a fact that it's real. So I think we're also seeing in tangent with that, you know, everybody's talking about these third spaces because, to Jasmine's point earlier, so much of the internet has become highly toxic and politicized, and so people are just wanting these like little pockets, whether it's an intimate dinner, whether it's a listening party, whether it's, you know, going to, you know, see their favorite DJ with on a night out with like Knicks or something like that, but just something that feels a bit more slowed down, a bit more intimate, a bit more connective. I think we're still going to see like larger functions and everything like that happening and going on because people want to be outside and everything like that, depending on the season. But I think these like intimate moments to like just really connect, we're only going to continue to see more and more of them because people are looking for safety, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and another thing I noticed, there's been an uptick of spaces that are not allowing phones in the spaces, which I do actually appreciate, because as a girly who was in her digital camera era during college, shout out to my pink Canon digital camera, because the memories that thing captured and the chaotic Facebook albums are
needs
still
to be safeguarded.
okay.
Absolutely.
Those albums are still available on my Facebook page, but I'm starting to notice a lot more companies are saying no phones. We want to engage with you in real life, and only showing snapshots of the actual event to get people to get off of here and more focus on here. I'm also noticing too, brands and companies are only focusing on big markets when they do these events, and I do think they're missing the mark.
Yeah.
I know New York is that girl. I know Statue of Liberty, she's standing proudly to greet us every time we come from LaGuardia or JFK. I know it. However, New York is not the only place where you have these in-person community engagement spaces. I would like for brands to focus on smaller second-tier cities. I would like to see them move into spaces like, you know, I'm seeing Portland, Oregon is having a moment. I'm seeing places like Nashville. Chicago's always been that girl, but Chicago has definitely moved up in terms of visibility. But I think when we hone in only on big cities where they have big footprints, we're missing a chance to really engage with people outside of that space and who also may not be the traditional everyday influencer.
Completely agree. Completely agree.
Jazz, what are your thoughts?
I mean, Courtney nailed it completely. I think it really is a matter of like, go outside and touch grass. And I think it is that coupled with, it's so funny because I think I remember reading something recently about how people are curious about the data that's going to talk about how students were learning during the pandemic and how that has affected kids developmentally. And I think it's very similar to how we're experiencing life now. Like
because they can't read.
They cannot. They're not all.
Or make eye contact.
But like just the
and
awkwardness,
they can't write either. They can't write.
But my point being
I'm sorry.
is that has also affected us as adults. Like the way we interact with one another post-pandemic has completely upended our quality of life. Like there are people who just do not know how to interact and engage face to face anymore. And so I think we are pre-pandemic people are the last standing in that sense of, we know how to hold a conversation beyond 20 seconds across a social media platform. We know how to engage with people eye-to-eye contact and shaking hands. And I think that desire to be in person is coming back because people need connection and human physical contact. Like there are studies that show that we are in like a touchless generation, that we are very much deprived. Like it's almost an epidemic of how many people are facing loneliness because of what has happened since the pandemic. And when you couple loneliness with scrolling and insecurities that stem up on one another, that is messing up the psyche of the everyday person. So I think brands large and small, have to find ways to create the third space and have to find out. And it doesn't have to be this at-large event, but it could be you rent a yoga studio out and you do a wellness day, a half a day. It doesn't have to be where you throw all your dollars into it, because I understand we're looking at various brand sizes, but I do think that the desire is there because loneliness is real. And also recognizing that sometimes, although the ROI is important, the bottom line is important, I think brands also need to understand that the shopping experience, the consumer experience, is more about where your values lie than what your products offer us. Like,
come on.
So I think that's also a really big thing for brands to recognize, is that, okay, if we do this event, we need to make sure we sell, blah, blah, blah. I think people have to understand that, like, go into this thinking, we want to serve the people that show up with us. And if they buy, great. If they don't, that's also okay, because the ROI is that you're building loyalty. You're building a sense of community that when we think about you for the holidays, we have you on top of mind. Brands and marketers who work for these corporations have to get inside the mind of, if we don't make $1 at all from this event, the ROI isn't the dollar. The ROI is a relationship. And you gotta do that.
I think the other thing too is, like, in shifting their mindset around the ROI, also recognizing too that, like, this is a rare opportunity for you to really be, like, down in the weeds and essentially have, like, a focus group right there at your fingertips to collect data, collect insight, hear directly from the source about products, social, what is and isn't working. And I think the other thing too that I also wanted to harp on is, like, also being very clear with your intention behind your third space. I know third space is, like, a very buzzy word right now, and it feels like everybody and their mama is now running to open a branded coffee shop. But if everybody and their mama is running to open a branded coffee shop, and the line,
now she's saying it twice,
and the line is 2-3 blocks over, and when you get in there, it's hardly much of an experience at all, community at all, and then your hand is out, like, now buy something.
Oh, like the Grow Sisters?
Very much
or like cornbread.
Very much so. Take your picture, like you got them like this. Take your picture, post, tag, get out.
Move it along.
What are we doing? You need to be intentional about the size of the space, the experience. What are they going to be doing in there? Because then it's just more of the same. Just flooding the timeline with another croissant, with a branded cup, and your lip gloss right there. Community. Third space.
Shots are fired. Shots are fired because, Court, you are telling the truth, and this is how do I say this? Because I need to keep my job.
Okay. yeah.
I'm gonna say this because I need to keep my job. Okay, my organization is getting it right a lot better than what we used to do in terms of building third spaces. I've been on my company for 3 years. I'll be there longer because they're paying for me to go to grad school. Clock it. When I first started, they started something new called a member lounge. It was very new in terms of a concept, a third space, right? At first, nobody really came to the member lounge. I started working with the person who was leading the programming to build up that space to make it more of community centered. We're not looking for nothing from you, X, Y, and Z. Now that space is an automatic pull for people to come in. It's not just because we're giving out free stuff at that space, but it's because of the environment myself and the program lead have set up. We talk to people, we engage with them, we build relationships. Folks have followed me on LinkedIn simply from a 10-minute conversation I had with them about their work and needing advice and mentorship. They have no idea what role I play at my organization, but when they find out, they're like, oh my God, I didn't know you were actually like somebody working in the space. And I think a lot of organizations, instead of just popping up, to Court's point, a coffee shop with another croissant with a little lip gloss on the side that you're going to lose as soon as you get on the subway to go home.
Not the eye roll.
Yeah, it's a huge eye roll. They need to focus on bringing in the corporate folks, bringing them down, and having them be the boots on the ground team to engage with these customers, have them checking people out, have them helping build the space and putting together the concepts. Because when you're so disconnected from your audience, all you have are research and numbers that tell you what people think. Right? You don't have real life engagement. And that in real life engagement from both a customer side and a corporate side is what's going to keep these experiences moving forward in the right direction and not falling flat.
Mm-hmm.
This reminds. Ooh, I don't even know.
Will
If
I
you have
keep
it
my
on.
job? I didn't
You
say
will.
too
I think
much.
yeah, girl. That was
will.
great.
Can I say
That was
like
great.
one more thing too?
Oh yes,
Okay.
because
It
I
kind
see
of
you
ties
squint in
back
court.
to
Because I have a thought around
it
something
ties
else.
back
Okay.
to your earlier comment about recognizing the opportunity in smaller markets and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to speak specifically to like the celebrity influencer founder brand and I'm gonna put my hand here and you're gonna put your hand here and I'm gonna hold it when I say it. Okay, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Oh, are you gonna put tissue in between it, or are you just gonna hold our hand?
I got hand sanitizer. We good.
I'm
Okay.
screaming.
But Jazz, you gotta hold hands with her. You gotta hold hands with us. You gotta hold hands. Come on.
Go ahead.
Make time in your schedule to also be available for these pop-ups in these smaller areas as well. They deserve the same consideration and admiration and respect and your time and everything like that as a New York, as an LA, as a Chicago. And I think it will behoove you.
Great word choice. Love behoove. I love behoove. Great word.
Behoove you to not just pick and choose when and where you want to pop up. And like, if you're going to be in it, be in it. Full throttle, full stop, 100%.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Jazz, go ahead, because we could talk about this forever. Go ahead.
No, we could. The thing that came up for me while we were talking was the recent announcement about the Creative Collective shutting down. And I don't know if you all heard about this. It is yeah, they posted this like quite literally
the
like
Creative Collective, like CultureCon Creative Collective?
No, not them. I'm about to I'm about to pull it
you
up.
mean the agency?
Might have been. Hold on, let me pull it up. Because I followed them and I was like, dang, it was
where they make it easier for the for influencers to shop.
Yeah, it was kind of like a LTK type of thing, but it was a collective voice. I'm sorry, I think it was called collective voice.
Because they rebranded. Who were they before?
I don't remember that. I was trying to find it, but the point it made me think about how like they
I'll look it up.
They shut down. They're closing their doors, something like that. And I just thought it through like the through line of building community online to offline, or just in more in-person events, and then what happens once things have to shut down with ROI, or like what happens when the funds are no longer there to support those things. And I think a lot of it has come from recent laws on the Hill around DEI and funding and programming. And so I think there's a real tension and balance that people have to play with all laws and all regulations involved. But it just made me think about that and just like, you know, again, this is why you have to own your stuff. You got to be able to own, because when you own your things, you can dictate how you want things to go. And I just say that to the small creator and the smaller brands, that you can still create their spaces, whether it's digitally or in person, that would allow you to move in such a way that meets the requirements of all parties involved and the people that you're trying to serve. And if you are not going to be serving the people you want to buy with, then you're never going to get ahead of where you think you are.
And you're right. And it also brings us into coming up next year, 2026. 2026, she's already like started moving her things in. She paid her security deposit.
Yeah, she about to
ready.
She's bringing in her good furniture. She don't got enough from IKEA. She actually went to Ashley Furniture and got some stuff. So
that's after she toured RH. She was like, let me look around Restoration Hardware real fast.
She did. And she was up at Home Goods too, because she's still classy, but she love a good deal. So let's talk about the 2026 marketing trends. I got this from Content Marketing Institute, which I am also featured on, by the way. But I got this from Content Marketing Institute. And to pull a blurb from the source, it says that many experts are seeing the expectations and applications of AI changing. AI won't save you from a lack of strategy or weak understanding of content and marketing fundamentals. One of the great ironies of this AI craze is how much it makes people value interactions and relationships with real people. I'm seeing a through line here with our conversation. And that is a huge opportunity for people in content and marketing. So let's talk about this part of the discussion. Where is AI helping versus where is it hurting our industry? Jazz, I'm going to let you go first.
I had a feeling it was going to make me. It's actually very interesting because I use AI in my strategies. And what I mean by that is like, I'll leverage AI to help process my thoughts, not necessarily be the source of my thoughts. And I think what I mean by that is, let's say like I put in a prompt the other day of like, based off of everything I've put into here around my goals, what would you recommend for 2026 around my content? Now, and I also include as like factoring current trends, the data in my 2026 goals, and then I let it like spew back out some stuff. And it was very helpful just to kind of get my own mind thinking about what I want. Because I think the reality is as someone who is a content creator, who is someone that works full time, that is involved in a lot of things outside of both places, it's just the mental load, the front load of work that you have to do to strategize is exhausting. And I can recognize that. So I think AI is really strong in helping take some of that mental front load off, just to help you process the thoughts that you're thinking about, or giving you an easy caption to kind of tweak and fits your voice and your story. I think that, but even in that, like, that's not, AI can never be me. It can never think for me. It can never do what I do, because as a creative, I'm always going to create more than AI can give back. I'm always going to be able to do more than AI because I'm a human being. I'm not a human machine. So I'm always going to outwork and outperform AI. But I do think that as a creator and as a creative, it is very, very helpful to process with it around where you are in your mind and kind of it help you figure out where you want to go. And then from there, you build out a plan, you take on what you got to take on. I think it does say to the effect, I feel like we can all tell when certain things are AI, especially when people are writing. There have been some very, very well done AI videos, and I don't like how it just gets weird to me. But I think for someone that is thinking a lot and you are an overthinker, it's great to process with. It cannot be your only source. I think that's why it's important that you have friends within your creative community to workshop real life with. Like, if I think about something with ChatGPT, I'm probably going to put it in our group chat. I'm like, okay, how would y'all see me doing this? Because you all have the human connection that chat doesn't have with me. Even though it thinks it be calling me sis in front, I'm like, girl, I don't. All right, girl.
I nicknamed mine Coco. But,
I'm nice to you because if AI turns on me, I need you to remember that I was always nice. I need iRobot to be on my side.
I've seen iRobot.
Okay. I don't want no smoke from technology.
Okay.
But I would do the same. Like, I would put those same questions before you guys because you know me in real life. You'd be like, oh, well, maybe do this, maybe do that. So, yeah, I like AI. I think it's very, very helpful from a streamlining perspective and a processing perspective, but it cannot be your only perspective.
Full transparency, I do use AI in some of my work because, like, the amount of work I have to do, sometimes I don't have time to fully flesh an idea out, and I'll put it in there, but then I've trained AI to kind of be like my assistant, right? Mm-hmm. Like, you're there to help me, you're not there to replace me, because some things AI will spit out. I'm like, girl, that does not sound like something I would ever do. This is what I want you to do. Fix it. And until it gets into the version I want, I don't go with what AI is sharing with me, because you're not me. You may be smart, girl. You got all the little machines, the little do like Rosie from the Jetsons, but you don't have my human brain. Also, too, another thing I've noticed with AI is newer marketers coming up are relying too much on AI to build their skill sets. A lot of us who were in the trenches when it came to marketing, we had to learn from like the ground up, and we came in when social media was still a new thing, and we had to figure it out. We had to figure a lot of stuff out. They're coming in having writing full marketing plans using AI, but they're writing these marketing plans or strategies that don't know how to execute.
Or, I'm sorry, I just can feel like they'll do that, but if you take that away, I need you to know what a marketing plan is.
Exactly.
Like, if you can't necessarily execute, I need you to know like what a brief is before, like, just because you can get the answer from ChatGPT, but if I take away everything that is said, I need you to know what a deliverable, like, what does the word deliverable mean?
What are the fundamentals?
What are the things? Yeah, again, back to the basics. Yeah.
Yes, and the core process of marketing strategy, strategic thinking can't be replaced by a machine, because as much as you try to replace us, the creativity or the process still needs to be executed. And you still need to have someone who knows what they're doing to do the work. Court, I see you nodding, and I feel like you're about to take us to church. Go ahead, Court. What do you have to say about all this?
I have several thoughts in regards to AI and where it it is and where the hell it's going. And the thing that it always kind of draws back to for me is something I always say to myself in general when I'm thinking about marketing and like, just because we can, does that mean we should? And I say that because has AI been really a great tool as far as like, distilling your thoughts or assisting you to like if you're having a bit of like a brain fart or being a thought starter for you or, helping you to judge copy, like all the things. These are all fine and dandy. And I'm cool with that. I even use AI quite a bit for the exact same reasons. I've put a prompt in though for my AI where it's less of like it's more of AI for me is like a sparring partner for me to for them to point out to me any sort of like weaknesses in my strategy, blind spots that I may not have be considering if there's a concept or an idea that I want to pitch, that kind of thing. Not just telling me the things that it thinks that I want to hear, like really giving it to me straight. Like, and she be getting me together.
Some of my
Quite
prompts
a
have me
bit.
sitting with myself.
Quite a
I'm
bit.
like,
And
dang,
I
girl, you
appreciate
need
that.
to drag me.
But what I've also noticed too is that AI has also gotten a lot of folks who aren't dedicated to their craft in trouble. They've gotten lazy, and you're saying yes to a lot of things and then relying on AI to pick up the slack for you. And now you are being fired for plagiarism.
That's a thing, yeah.
Or
that's a thing.
or it also is highlighting just the where we are as a country in regards to like writing and literacy because people act like AI invented the M dash.
Oh my god. I am so irritated about that M dash. I'm sorry. I love the M dash.
But the real crux for me is really just around because I work specifically in product photography and stuff like that, where things start to get a little enmeshed and wishy-washy for me is when we're starting to think about like ads that are completely generated by AI and the real kind of like lack of effort that you have to have in regards to disclosing. Like I think a lot of it now, like you just have to put that it was generated by AI or there's like a little AI symbol that you're like a watermark that you're supposed to include, but it's like teeny tiny and it's all the way in the corner. Like you really have to like look for it. Like product is one thing because I think from a productivity standpoint, it's fabulous if you're able to just, okay, if I have a shade launch and now my next launch that's coming up is just a shade extension, nothing has changed about the packaging. We're just extending new shades rather than the thousands and thousands of dollars to go in, reshoot, the time spent in retouching and feedback and all of that. If I can just submit that through our AI and have them to shade match and everything like that using like our Pantones or our CMYKs, like from a productivity standpoint, fabulous. Where this is getting murky is when we're getting into humans, likeness, all of those things, where it's like, just because we can, does that mean we should? And then the back part of it, the underbelly of all this innovation that continuously gets swept on the rug is what is the implications of all of this pushing for AI having on communities, specifically the communities that are populated by people that look like me.
Right.
And the quiet conversations that are being had or not being had is the fact that there are these huge computer centers that are being built in predominantly Black neighborhoods that are outputting on a daily basis toxic fumes, toxic chemicals to keep these computers running that are impacting the people of these communities whose voices are not being heard. They are able to go into these areas. They are making promises to these communities that are not being met, that they haven't even seen an ounce of reciprocity on, and all that they're left with is toxic air and an eyesore in their neighborhood. There's not a dollar going back into these communities, and I fear for the people who are not financially able to uproot their lives and live out of these communities. What are going to be the medical implications over an extended period of time of being in these areas and being exposed to these fumes and things like that.
Absolutely.
So Court, not to cut you off, but I do have something to add to this, and then we're going to get to our fun part, our little shady part of the conversation. You are absolutely right, because here in PG County recently, we had a whole debacle about an AI center wanting to move into, I think, the old Landover Mall space up here in Woodmore, Glenard, and Upper Marlboro. And the community came out to fight against it because we understood the implications, because we were like, one, why are you moving this into PG County, a predominantly Black county? Two,
you know the answer to that.
We know.
The same way that why Elon Musk has built a huge AI center in Memphis, a small, predominantly white neighborhood in Memphis. He built it in 122 days. He didn't have to have any type of like real clearance or permits or anything. And he's building a second computer that's only going to be on the other side of the community.
Getting to that too, I've seen more and more on my timeline on TV, these place commercials, because I know there's strategy about Meta building data centers in small towns and bringing jobs to the community. Right. The way that they're setting it up, I know exactly what they're doing. Yeah. It is a PR campaign to get people to feel more okay with it, because these are the areas, not just Black areas, but rural areas that are struggling the most when it comes to new jobs and new opportunities. Their main thing, and why they voted this current administration in, is because of the issue with not having jobs in their communities. These AI data centers are also preying on people who are desperate to have good paying jobs to support their family. Not looking at the environmental implications. They're looking at how to sustain and feed their families, and companies are harking on that, and it's wrong. Yep. Also, too, going back to the water thing that you brought up, you're absolutely right, because the Flint water crisis, they just settled that settlement not too long ago. With
and
the
how
Flint
long
water
has it been?
crisis. And
how many years?
So many years for that to get done. But there's other communities, Black communities, predominantly Black communities, where their water has been affected by the decisions of these lawmakers and local businesses and big corporations that have brought pollution into the water. So it's the same story, different book that they're doing, in which they're preying on predominantly Black and poor or rural communities to promise things that are not coming, to only put the money back into the pockets of people who never needed it in the first place. And that's why I feel a little iffy when it comes to AI. While it's a great resource, it also is something that environmentally is going to have a huge impact on our environment if we do not think about the scale of where this is going to happen. Put these data centers in Loudoun County. Put it in the rich area. Because I guarantee you won't do that.
Right. But you won't.
You keep preying on people who can't economically stand up for themselves, but you're surprised when people who can stand up economically for themselves, who are in Black communities like PG County, push back against this. Y'all shocked, because now the deal has been shut down. And they said to review. You know what that means. We're not having it. Right. But unfortunately for small rural communities in like the South or other places, they may not have a choice because they're in a desperate situation. Yeah, and it's just not right.
Technology is just, the thing is that technology is such a vast field that's literally moving at the speed of light. With the parameters, though, there needs to be a more solidified like checks and balances that comes with the innovation, and how it is introduced to the public, and what gets introduced to the public, and to what degree, and just there's so many things unknown with it.
It's just, to me, I'm always looking at this and I'm like, this is one big ass awful group project, and we're all building the plane as we fly it, and I hate that for us. Like, it's one of those things where like, oh, it's okay, we'll figure it out as we go, and it's like,
that's never worked.
We love that, and we love saying that, and it's like, that has never worked. For us. It like, we always end up in the group project without. I'm like, this is not gonna be a thing. So good for y'all for standing up, though. I'm glad that y'all spoke up at the.
Oh yeah, I saw every petition possible, repost on social media. I was gonna go to that community meeting, but unfortunately, it was the same day I had to go into the office. I'm like, why y'all be doing these things in the middle of the freaking? No, I know why they do it. Yeah, I know why they do it.
People can't get there.
Yeah, they know. I know why they do it.
Low turnout.
That line was wrapped around the corner. Actually, the news came out to film it. But let's get into something fun to talk about as we close out our conversation with two more final topics for the year. Keep marry or kill.
I'm so curious about this.
Social media edition. Okay.
Ooh.
So,
Lord. Okay.
This is just top of the dome. There's no news references or nothing. We're just going to talk about it, be a little shady. Mm-hmm. Which platform would you choose to keep, marry, or kill, and why? Courtney, I'm going to start with you because you look like you're just being diabolical in the corner.
Keep, marry, or kill.
Mm-hmm.
Marry, kill.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The keep, marries. Okay.
Okay. Just so he's always clear about where I'm at with him. Kill Twitter.
Oh, I forgot that was even an option in my brain, but yes.
Kill Twitter. I ain't calling you X. I'm calling you what your mama called you. Kill Twitter.
Your mama named him Clay. I'm gonna call him Clay.
Elon.
Wait, one more time, Courtney. One more time, Courtney. One more time.
Y'all are ridiculous.
Kill Twitter.
Okay.
Yeah. I would say
we're gonna get Maury too. Who you gonna get lock it down with?
Okay. Only because
I feel this deeply.
What I'm following, I've been having a time on it, but the minute they start acting crazy, I'm gone. Threads, we can keep Threads.
Yeah. This is
I'm having a time on Threads, but if Mark start playing with me,
it's a wrap.
You can go too. Okay. So don't get crazy.
Just sit on the couch. Don't show out. Just sit down. Yeah.
Now, who would I marry?
No. You said it was keep, marry, or kill. So are you marrying?
I'm keeping Threads. I'm keeping Threads.
This doesn't make wait. So keep, marry, or kill.
Or kill. Yes.
Okay.
Are we saying for all three?
So
okay. No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's what. Okay. So she gonna kill. We gonna kill the bird. We gonna keep
Threads. Threads is cool.
Okay. And who
I'm locking in with, who I'm marrying, it's only because she ain't got weird on me yet.
I know who it is. Come on.
TikTok.
Oh, okay.
I'm still having a time on the tickety-tock, okay?
Okay.
Still having a time. Now, if I had the option of a little thing on the side, even though I'm faithful, I'm normally faithful. Side piece would still be sometimes IG.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Court, I'll allow you to have a side piece because I understand.
Understood.
Jazz, as our fellow content creator.
Yeah, that's who I really,
I completely forgot about that bird. When I tell you that bird was long gone in my brain, when I completely forgot.
Wait a minute, so you already had the obit, the repass of the bird and everything?
She died the moment, she died a long time ago. We ate her for Thanksgiving circa 2019. I was like, hey, we can pack her up.
All right.
Yeah, we packed her up. Okay, who would I kill? I completely forgot that. Okay, I'm so in agreement with the bird. So I mean, not that she was ever part of my. I'm trying to not think about her as an option because I didn't have her in my mind.
Don't even think about it. Somebody else.
So I had to. Okay, let me start easy. I'm gonna marry YouTube.
I see. Yes. Yeah.
Me and YouTube.
Y'all
never
locked
switched
in.
YouTube ain't never switched up. In fact, YouTube said, "I'm gonna give you a little more." She been giving extra for the people that know. I was like, "Listen, keep them coming, baby." So I'm gonna marry her. I am so torn between keeping. Okay. So okay. Oh, this is hard. I think I would have kept Instagram until Instagram played me in my face back in August.
Oh yeah.
So part of me
I gotta
is
change my whole lineup just off of loyalty then.
So my thing is
out of there.
I think that but I think I would keep her as a side piece. I feel like Instagram, given where we were, I would have kept her fully. But she showed her behind, so I'm like, I'm gonna let you go to the back.
Okay.
I do feel like off of pure entertainment, I'm in my bed, rubbing my feet together, cackling. Yeah. I gotta keep TikTok. I gotta keep TikTok because, baby, the way I be in my bed laughing and crying.
Especially now that you can put the memes in the comments section.
And listen, I figured out how to save the memes, baby. My album, I will show you the way my photo album is set up with these memes, I have been saving them. So yeah, I'm gonna have to keep her.
Okay.
I do think. Oh, but I also want to keep Threads because I love Threads.
Okay.
That's why I'm torn because technically, like Instagram Threads are a pair, and a part of me feels like I like Instagram as a side piece. I don't think I can kill her. I don't think I can kill Instagram. So I feel like I gotta kill like the bird again. Like I have to bring that bird alive and kill her again, just because I can't kill IG. Like especially because coming from OG IG.
Can we kill Facebook?
Hold on. No, don't take mine because that's exactly where I was gonna go.
Okay, I do feel like, but see, all of them to me like they're all together because when I got Guy back in August, they all were gone. Facebook, Instagram, and Threads were gone for me.
Can we kill Snapchat?
So I see them as one. Oh, I forgot about Snapchat.
Okay,
but Snapchat I can't kill Snapchat because Snapchat gave me my doggy face and my little crown. Like I had a time with Snapchat back in the day. Like I was on that
back in the day.
I mean, but they are trying to bring it back. They are bringing it back.
Okay.
Also, I have so many keeps. I think I would just have to kill the bird. Because I'm thinking about Pinterest. I love Pinterest.
Yeah. So okay. Considering that social media, that I've been here with social media since she grew up. She moved out her mama house and got her good government job.
This is very hard, actually.
He heavy on the government job.
Out the gate. Facebook, blah 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 across the board. She out.
That's fair.
I only keep Facebook just to keep up with family stuff. Like I open the app.
Now I wasn't mad at that. I'm not mad at that because once I got gone, I didn't come back. I was like, y'all can have her.
Last time I posted was earlier this year. That's it. Like I really don't post on Facebook.
Facebook.
I'm keeping Threads. I love me some Threads. Me and Threads be having a time on there.
As long as they don't get crazy. Like don't get crazy. Come in the house and take your shoes off and be quiet.
Yeah. and then because I'm diabolical, I'm gonna keep Threads, but I'm also gonna see on the side in terms of keep IG, but only for stories. I'm not keeping IG for her feed. I'm keeping her for her stories.
I'm keeping her for her stories. Fair.
At this point, why am I posting on my feed? Like, why am I posting on my feed? You ain't gonna show it to the right people. Like,
I think our girl Instagram is.
She's lost. She needs to find herself.
I do think that she crashed out, and I think she had a Britney 2007 Shave My Head moment. And she's finding her way back. That's why I'm like, I can't kill you.
No, could it be a Lindsay? Because Lindsay made a full comeback. Britney just never came back.
Oh, that's true.
I'll give you that.
Lindsay came back, and she looked good.
And she looked good.
And I've been watching her, so I do feel like I can't really kill her. So yeah. I agree. We can keep her quietly.
Yeah,
like don't
quietly. Like Threads is on the group chat, right? Threads we invite out to the functions. IG, we just check in on her to make sure she's doing all right. We ask her
send her
mama
an emoji.
Yes, how her mama and them are doing. We send a happy birthday little post on DMs kind of thing. Yeah. Murray, like we locked in for real. TikTok.
I knew he was gonna say TikTok again.
TikTok.
Which is fair. It's fair. TikTok is
I love you. Because TikTok in this past year, I've gotten count 1, 2, 3, almost 4. 4 collaborations with some pretty
Especially given that Paradise season 2 coming back, I said, Yvonne about to come back with the comeback. Okay,
come back with a comeback because when Vogue slides in your DMs, you answer.
What do you do?
When Hulu slides in your DMs, you answer. Like TikTok has done me right. IG doesn't give me the same thing that TikTok has been giving me. And I also love TikTok because I do be rubbing my feet together, laughing my butt off.
I just want to go on record and say, watching 2 things that have made me literally cry tears in my bed. Watching the men call their friends and say goodnight and that they love them. And watching these babies with this church music on top.
With the
I have been when I tell you I have been in my bed crying, laughing, I have been tickled. Yeah. I love me some TikTok. Now they trying to comfort her. Now my girl be out here and they be really trying to comfort her and trying to shut her silence and silence her down. But she rises like a phoenix out of the ashes.
Every time. Because when I need to know something that's happening in the news, like that ambulance chase that recently happened, did you see that on TikTok?
No,
not ambulance. U-Haul, the U-Haul one. The U-Haul one. Yeah. I went to TikTok, searched U-Haul, and saw almost every single perspective of that U-Haul police car chase.
Yeah, I said that's the new. Like, and shout out to TikTok, because TikTok is how I found my braider here. TikTok is how I found my hairstylist here.
No,
Like,
facts.
True. And like me and my hairstylist been locked in for going on almost 2 years. Like, I love her. But that's why I would definitely keep, marry, or kill. I wouldn't have a side piece because me and TikTok has done right by me.
I think that's fair. I think that's fair. That's a solid lineup.
If we ever got divorced, I would say I would heal myself first and then go on a date with YouTube.
Okay. I'm not mad at that.
Yes. Yeah. I would heal first.
I feel like YouTube would treat you well. I feel like once y'all go on a couple days, let him treat you right, let him buy you a bouquet. Like, YouTube can treat you really well.
Yeah. Yes. But me and TikTok and I have done great things together. And until they start tripping, we locked in together because we just be having fun, laughing.
It's a good time.
Good old time. Yeah. It's a good time. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Okay. To close out our conversation for the year, we've had a great convo. We talked about business. We like the trends of the topic. We got a little bit fun shady with keep, marry, or kill. Let's talk about the first ever Coffee with Yvonne, and the award goes to Digital Platform of the Year. Now, this does not just look at social. It looks at a platform. So you don't have to be social media to qualify. The question for the group chat is, and we all have to agree on who the winner is. The award categories are growth, creativity, community, surprise comeback platform, and then finally the creme de la creme, what we call our album of the year, the digital platform of the year. So those are the categories: growth, creativity, community, surprise comeback platform, and digital platform of the year.
Okay, I think for growth, I have two.
Okay.
Growth, I'm thinking either Substack.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was thinking that. Okay.
Or I would say growth, I'm thinking also Threads possibly, because I recently saw on LinkedIn a couple of job positions had opened up specifically for Threads, which tells me that Meta is obviously seeing something on there too, and like wanting to pour into that. So those are my two nominees.
Okay. I will say one, just because I learned this when I was with Paula's Choice, that they are actually heavily pouring into Threads. So that's the thing.
Okay, so for growth, you're picking Substack for your growth category?
Yeah.
Yes.
I agree with Substack for growth. So are we awarding Substack for growth?
Yes.
Winner?
I think
Lock it in.
Congratulations, Substack.
Good job, Substack.
You won this category for growth. We're proud of you, girl. We're proud. Okay, the next category, creativity. Who are your nominations?
Oh, TikTok.
Yeah, I think TikTok got that. I was also thinking, part of me was thinking Pinterest and YouTube.
I was also thinking Pinterest.
Because Pinterest is, I say TikTok because the trends that it is setting, how it has impacted music, and a resurgence of old artists that certain generations hadn't even heard of. How That's then true. Those old artists are then like put back into the mainstream. Those things get remixed. People are like capturing, like sounds that are going viral, little quips and stuff like that people are saying now.
Okay.
So wait, question: Are you viewing the creativity from the perspective of like the platform, or the perspective of the people on the platform?
People on the platform.
Okay, because I feel like for that, yes, TikTok, but I'm looking at the platform itself, thinking like, what is this platform offering for people to jump into? So I do see how you get TikTok. Part of me is like, yeah, I feel like creativity, Pinterest could have it. It's certainly not going to be Meta, anything they got going on.
No.
I would say I'm in between YouTube, honestly, in terms of creativity, because YouTube requires an extra oomph that TikTok could have, but the skill set for YouTube, you really can build something and run with it once you get your platform set up with YouTube. But you just have to be smart about how you leverage your tools. basically.
Yeah, but would that be creativity?
I think if that's the options, I would then do a Pinterest then.
Well, I was going to say YouTube and Pinterest, because YouTube has a lot of great tools for you to be creative. So you can either upload your stuff yourself, you can edit it through their platform. You have YouTube Shorts now. They're offering different things to really support creativity. They're also doing in-person events with engagement and things like that. So they're definitely supporting
That's
creatives. Pinterest is an OG. Pinterest has, I think they still have it. They have one of the higher return on investments in terms of like people posting pins and actually purchasing from the platform. So they're driving money to
They drive a lot of traffic. And I will say, as one of the girls that I met in the Paula's Choice content creator program, she's now a Pinterest. She's part of their Pinterest like program too. They also have a program. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm like, y'all because to be truthful, we are moving similar how we're trying to do more in person. The long form, the long writing form, the long form videos are coming back, I think, in a big way in 2026. So to me, I'm like, don't sleep on Pinterest.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go Pinterest then. If we're going like true creativity, then I'm gonna go Pinterest then.
I'm gonna go Pinterest too. So Pinterest, congratulations.
Love you, Pinterest.
Won the creativity category. Yay. Okay, up next we have community. I would like to go first for this one. For community, I would like to nominate Threads. For community, easily. She's been that girl this entire year. I don't have anyone else besides Threads I would like to nominate.
No, I second that nomination.
It's unanimous. It's unanimous. Congratulations to Threads. You have earned your spot. Now let's talk about surprise comeback platform. This platform has to be the platform that everybody had counted out. They weren't paying attention to her no more. But she came back swinging like Creed 3. What platform would you like to nominate for surprise comeback platform?
This is very hard because I really stick to my platforms and I don't be thinking about nobody else's others. So my head is, I do think, although I'm not actively on there, I do think Snapchat might have come back because I do know that they are. You don't think so? I mean, I'm just saying, I don't know because I don't be on Snapchat, but I do think I've seen like other content creators and YouTubers that I follow getting like starting to do more snaps and more Snapchat, and there are a wide variety of like brand deals and partnerships that they're pulling into that platform to make a comeback. So I think I don't know if they made the comeback, but I think they're trying to make a comeback. So in my head, the only thing I think of would be Snapchat. But
I disagree. I'm going to go complete other end of the spectrum. I'm going to give it to my girl Reddit. That's my nomination.
Whoa.
I think Reddit is definitely making a comeback by way of podcasting and everybody jumping into building their platforms around Am I the Asshole? A lot of subreddits. There are tons and tons and tons and tons of popular podcast platforms now that is their formula. All they are doing is sourcing interesting stories from Reddit and various subreddits, and have built millions of followers, are getting hundreds of millions of streams. That's it. They're just reacting to the stories, giving their POV. A lot of their episodes have various themes that all the stories follow. Some of them are even in group settings as well. So it's not just one listener, but it'll be like a group of friends discussing. And that's both creators that look like us and don't look like us. So it's very much.
I would have never thought Reddit.
I would never thought Reddit either, honestly.
I'm not mad at that. I don't engage in Reddit enough. But
I honestly would have gave it to Tumblr. Because Tumblr has started making waves in the space again with people doing longer form writing. Tumblr was one of the OGs, so people are now starting to embrace Tumblr once again. However, to your point, Courtney, I think I agree with you on Reddit. And also Serena's husband. I mean, we support Serena.
Hello.
I was not expecting you to say Reddit. I could go with that.
Okay.
I can go with Reddit.
So ready.
Go ahead, Reddit.
So, because of Courtney's nomination, Reddit, you are the winner of Surprise Comeback Platform. Congratulations, Reddit, and to Serena Williams. And last but not least, we have our version of Album of the Year. We have Digital Platform of the Year. Now, let's keep in mind, before we do these nominations, it does not have to be solely social media. It has to be a digital platform. Digital can be a platform that focuses on email. It can focus on engagement with communities, group chat, like chats and things like that. So it is a broader category to consider for digital platform of the year.
Do you want to go first, Yvonne? Because Lord knows I didn't need to think about this.
I would like to bring up Substack.
Okay.
Substack, and here's my reason why. Substack has really made waves this past year with people embracing creating their own Substack, from smaller creators to bigger brands, as a way of connecting with their communities off of social media and building up email lists, which we have seen when people sign up for an email list, they're doing it on purpose, and it takes more of an effort. Also, what I like about Substack too is I get to engage with both smaller creators. I may not want to, scroll every day to see something on social media, but when they have something to say, it is impactful content, whether it's thought-provoking from a politics standpoint or from a fun and community creative centered standpoint. And Substack too, I love the fact that they give you a chance to do long form content or short form content or audio only content, in which you just can record your voice and have that be your post for Substack as well.
Yeah. Okay. This is really hard. I do think I could go for Substack because as someone that has their own website and as someone that, like, I'm thinking through the person that, large or small, Substack really does house every facet of what you may want or need. Like, they give you options. They give you audio only. They give you video. They give you behind the paywall. They give you all free content. They give you the notes. They give you posts. They give you chat. They give you community. They give you that you could build a website within it all and have all the functionalities. Especially where, like we talked about earlier, it creates community. It is safer than just social media platforms. So I could see it for that alone as digital platform of the year. I'm torn between solely Substack. A part of me also was thinking, like, surprisingly, like TikTok, but then I was thinking just for my entertainment purposes, like, I just enjoy the app as a consumer. Even creating it is cool, but like, and I enjoy creating on that platform. So like, I was torn between Substack is like primary, like I'm like 70-30. I'm like, Substack is in the lead, TikTok's behind it. That's really tough. This is hard.
Okay, yeah. I don't mean for it to be hard.
Okay, no, my brain just, I just want everybody to win, but they can't. Courtney, what you got?
Yeah, what do you think, Court?
I was going to say YouTube.
I thought about YouTube too. Okay,
I was going to say YouTube just because of we're seeing, at least on my algorithm, I've been seeing a lot more people and brands investing in more interesting forms of content, short and long, fashion films, or they're doing reoccurring content series, so like InStyle and their whole like intern series and stuff like that.
That's true.
Obviously, we're seeing a way more podcasters that are also leaning into video content as well, which for me, like, I prefer, like, I'm always like, even when I think about like what I'm doing at my desk, I usually will always have a couple of windows open with some of my favorite podcasts and everything like that, and the videos are playing and everything like that, because there's something about it, like watching them and like interact with their guests versus just listening on like a Spotify or whatever platform I prefer. And I have a lot of channels that I'm just like loyal to. Like, I enjoy Cinepals, and it's just literally these two guys and like some of their various friends who are watching certain movies for like the first time and like reacting to them and everything like that, and they insert clips from the movie so you feel like you're watching it like with them and stuff like that. And I watch them all the time. Like, just I was gonna say YouTube because it's still at its core. There's like a democracy to content, and if you wanted to completely build, your own content studio, you could. If you got up and decided, I want to produce my own cooking show and everything like that, I think YouTube provides a lot of opportunities for any and all types of creators where you don't necessarily have to wait on a network to give you an opportunity to build an audience, a platform, test things, produce, like that kind of thing. Because I'm thinking about people like Scott Evans, who took something like House Guest and has completely run with it, or Pharrell Grice, with his show, just
I'm gonna go
YouTube.
Possible.
I'm going to agree with you on that with
I'm
YouTube
surprised
because
I didn't think about YouTube, but yes,
insane because there's a show
too.
There's a show I started watching solely on YouTube called The Comic Book Shop by a Black creator. I can't think of her name. I think it's Cheyenne something, but she promoted on Threads. And it was funded by her, filmed by her, everything. And it's one of the best like indie shows I have ever seen in a long time. And there's also another show about Baltimore that is.
I saw that. I saw the
yeah. Very well produced. It looked like something you will see on like a major network, but it was all on YouTube. The fact that these creators are able to take the small amount of funding that they have, use a little bit of creativity, and also hire local talent and produce this cinema level content. You can't really do that anywhere else.
You know what? And to that point, like thinking about how we like Issa Rae, like Black and TV,
awkward
like
Black girl.
So especially as a YouTuber, I don't know why I didn't think about YouTube, but I do think.
And you want to Mariam.
The point is, I have now switched my vote. I am voting YouTube all the way. So I'm back on. I'm team YouTube. Yeah.
Same. So for
the barrier, the entry
platform
is low.
of the year, congratulations to YouTube. Congratulations, girl. Keep being consistent. Keep doing what you're doing, and don't let anybody change your algorithm.
I'm screaming.
For their selfish.
Hello. Amen. Please.
If you switch up, I will snatch it back.
Okay. Coffee with Yvonne is produced and edited by Yvonne Pearson. Coffee with Yvonne is created by Pink Dollhouse Marketing. You can catch the latest episodes by subscribing to Apple Podcasts or wherever you get your podcasts.